Lutz, welcome to the third video of Pause, Ponder, Pursue. This video talks about mentorship, how to get a mentor, what it means to have somebody mentor you, and all the logistics and different thoughts around mentorship. We hope you enjoy.
One definition of mentoring is to support and encourage people to manage their own learning in order that they might maximize their potential, develop their skills, and improve their performance and become the person they want to be. That definition is by Eric Parslow, who's the chairman of a mentoring organization. But definitions can vary since mentoring takes place in a variety of fields and contexts. Ultimately, mentoring is about support, empowerment, learning, and growth. There is formal and informal mentorship. Informal mentorship develops naturally between two people that know each other, with one person having more experience or wisdom in a particular facet of life. This kind of mentorship might be more casual, but can be incredibly valuable. Some examples are with a relative, a friend, or a community member that is older or has more life experience than the mentee. Formal mentorship involves some kind of system in which the mentoring relationship is assigned by an organization or a program. These are helpful because there are specific goals, schedules, training, and evaluation involved. This kind of mentorship might happen in an academic, business, leadership development, or religious setting. Mentors often see things in ourselves that we don't see. One of the greatest values of mentoring is that mentors tend to have more life experience than their mentee, and they can point out things that the mentee might not notice. They might call out talents a person has, or they might provide constructive criticism in areas that need improvement.
How has a mentor impacted you, your life, or your vocation?
Mentors have definitely impacted me by just kind of affirming the values and strengths that I think that I hold. I think that sometimes it's hard for us to really believe that the strengths that we see ourselves having are truly there, and so mentors to me have been impactful by just affirming that those strengths are there and helping to kind of push me a little bit out of my comfort zone and move more toward into what my vocation really might be.
When I think about a mentor, I think about someone who I have great respect for. I think about a mentor I had from wrestling when I was young. I had to really earn the respect and come against social norms as well, but they also kept letting me. Wrestling as a whole has really impacted who I am, how I want to approach problems and why I do approach problems the way I do, and not taking no for an answer the first time and keep trying to do something even if I struggle. So my mentor in middle school really helped me realize that I had to be myself and do what I needed to do even if others didn't understand it.
At the end of high school and then moving into college, I had always seen myself I started as a musical theater major and then moved more towards music. And the formal study of music was something that I had never even considered and wouldn't consider at that time to be my main interests. But through my exploration with both mentors in the music department and my peers and everything, realizing that was more my calling and my interests, even though it was something wholly unknown to me. And kind of by pushing those boundaries of what I believe myself to be, I kind of got closer to my own vocation and my own journey.
Loree Weiner. We've met countless times, obviously through Wild Hope Fellows, that's a big part of it, but she's taught me that most people have what they need inside of themselves, and sometimes the role of the mentor is not to give some new profound advice, but rather to lead the mentee on kind of a path of discovering what's already been inside of them. And for me, that's looked like a lot of different things. I'm in the middle of a vocational roller coaster for sure, and I'm sure I will be on it for the rest of my life. But she has just been constantly supporting me to try new things and to be okay with failing, and also just listening to that initial gut instinct rather than trying to listen to the outside world and do what maybe somebody else expects of me.
I started with an associate's degree at first and then kept going. Finished with my bachelor's, my master's, and then eventually my PhD. And all along, every step of the way, I think I have had a mentor the whole time. And it hasn't been the same mentor. Sometimes it just kind of happens that I like the way perhaps I've had some very good teachers that have been mentors to me, that I kind of looked at them, especially when I was in college, and I said, that's what I want to be like when I grow up.
So I'm thinking about the mentors that I've had that I most appreciate. They're the ones that have really put me on the spot. They've really challenged me. They've asked me questions that they knew I wasn't prepared yet to answer, and guided me through a process of learning and growing.
I think so. A lot of people have a concept of a mentor as one specific person or a handful of people, often who are a little higher or further along in a career than you, who can help guide you. And my experience has been a lot more of a community-based mentorship model, where there are just moments that I have with specific people where they point out a strength or mention something I'm good at, or sometimes mention something that it's like, it seems as if you're trying to make this work really hard, but it's not something you're enjoying or particularly like doing. And it's more for me kind of a collection of those moments that have helped me refine and shift and hone in on my vocation.
And came across a beautiful spirit named Virginia Taylor that showed me it's not what you teach, it's what you show. How she lived, unapologetically Black. She worked in media, which is where my heart was leading me, a calling, if you will. And she showed me how to do it. And I appreciate that so much, because it instilled in my soul that not only do I live with purpose, but I also have to be the example and show those coming up behind me how to do it. So it's walking in my purpose, and that's what Virginia, say her name, did for me.
A mentor can provide you with encouragement, support, and guidance as you pursue your personal and academic goals, and be a part of your support system as you explore your passions and vocational purpose. A mentor can give you advice and ask the right questions to help you get closer to discerning what is right for you. Whether that's a question that pertains more to the short term, like plans for your upcoming years of college, or to the bigger picture, like figuring out your career aspirations and your vocation.
Mentors provide feedback, and they also provide you with a little push to get out of your comfort zone and maybe more live into like who you fully can be as a person. And I think they provide just some really great support in the good times and the bad times and the in-between times, where you just need someone to be there for you and to walk the journey along with you.
So a mentor for me has provided me a lot of just like base level just knowledge, and just first and foremost a space to be authentically vulnerable, and not kind of judged in the sense that I don't particularly know as much as they do, but they're willing to elevate me to their level.
Mentors provide me with a sense of humility, recognizing that I don't have all the answers, and that hearing an outside perspective is always going to be valuable. And I think having diversity in mentors is also very, very important, hearing from a lot of different voices and not necessarily choosing one and sticking with that.
I realized that like the people I really enjoy being mentored by are the people who I don't tell are my mentors. They're the people who, like, through their actions, influence me and impact me the most.
I think it's interesting to think about how those relationships are formed. I think it's important to seek out people who are really different from you, to seek out people who also have a large capacity for love, who will be able to see the best qualities in you that you may not notice.
A really helpful activity in determining who the supportive people are in your life is the Who's in Your Vote activity. This exercise is to help you think about your vocational journey as a vote. By reflecting on the different aspects of the vote, it might help you to discern your next major turn in life. You can access a link to this worksheet in the video description.
Mentorship is a big concept. There's a lot of things that goes into having a quality mentor. There's different characteristics, there's different things that maybe life experiences they've had that make them a mentor to you. But I think the key thing to think about when you think about mentorship is it doesn't have to be this formal idea or this formal program that you're a part of and this person is your mentor and then you're the mentee. It doesn't necessarily have to be in that structure and that framework. While that is great and that is awesome, there are so many informal mentors or people that don't even know there are mentors that mentor us through life. There's also informal mentors that you just say, hey, can you be my mentor? Can you show me about this aspect of maybe your career or this aspect of your life that I really appreciate and admire? I know for me, some of my biggest mentors are mentors that have nothing to do with nursing, which is my major, but they have to do with talking about vocation and talking about what other things I want to do to serve this world. I think that distinguishing and recognizing mentorship means looking around your circle of friends and family and seeing who you trust and look to for guidance. They might be people who you see as role models that are accessible for you to talk to and say, hey, I need guidance in this, or can you challenge me in this and help me understand? Mentors are truly transformational, and they might be people that don't even know they're transforming you. So if you have a mentor and you can think of somebody, maybe somebody comes to mind right away, go ahead and thank your mentor. So go ahead, Lutz, and look around your circle. Who do you trust? Who challenges you in really amazing ways? Who asks you the big enough questions? Go ahead and reach out to those people and ask them to be more of a formal leader or mentor in your life, or ask them for advice and ask them for life questions that you have.